Welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Osaze, Dr. Daniel. Those who can pronounce Osaze very well. I've heard people they say Osase, Osaze. My name is Dr. Daniel Osaze. There are some of us who carry the burden of Nigeria on our head. You know how woman will carry basin of agidi? I they do one for neck. That's how some of us are. The burden of Nigeria is so big in our hearts because we can't afford to fail. Minus the population, people have asked. Imagine there's a war in Nigeria now. Who on campus? 250 million people, and that's even a conservative figure. Because when last did we have a census? 1993, right? Tell you about it. Remember, my mom was part of those who did the census. So the question is, where will we be camped? Ghana is about 40, 50, 60 million people. South Africa, which is even one of the biggest, largest economies, is 60, 70 million people there. So which country would be able to accommodate us? So we can't fail. Added to the fact that we are the biggest in terms of population, black nation, there's so much expectation on us. Let's not talk about our resources, natural resources. Let's not talk about the human capacity. Our Nigerians go out and they succeed wherever they go. One time interview, they don't knock them. So the problem is this: we cannot fail, but we have leaders who just, I don't know whether it's a fantasy. You know how youths have fantasies. I've heard some crazy fantasies. That will be another day. So it's just a fantasy for these leaders to continuously stay in our whites. Because I can't understand why we keep regurgitating bad policies. And you know my biggest worry? Who speaks for the poor man? Who speaks for the masses? Because we have elites. They are the owners of the television station. They are the owners. They are the ones who get. I was listening to a broadcaster and he was saying that nobody, I swear, it's my favorite broadcaster. Just last, I think 2 days ago. Nobody will allow you into the studio except a producer books you. And when he was saying that, he said that repeatedly. He was telling a someone who an invitee to the program, and it made sense. It's not like he was threatening him, but that person was trying to be evasive. But my point is this: when he kept saying that nobody will allow you into the studio except a producer books you, it struck a chord. It means that really, the average man, the person on the street, the Okada man, the Keke Napep man, he will just be complaining in the small circle of his parlor and in the beer parlor. He will never be heard. Who are those that you will hear? Is the Daniel Boalas? Is the Keyamos? People who openly criticized government policies, criticized this same system, but today they are benefiting. So the point is it's those people that will continue to hear. So my question is this: who speaks for the masses? Those that are now paying 100 naira, 1,000 naira from Ego, somewhere in Edo State, to Ringgold, that they were paying 100 naira before, they're now paying 1K. Those who are now paying from Ego Market to Textile Mill Junction, it used to be 50 naira, they're now paying 300, 350, 400. Those were paying 500 somewhere in Lagos, now paying 6,000 to Sole, to CMS, and so on. Who speaks for them? They are groaning under the pains. But the people we hear their voices are those who producer can book, who come and tell you what bank is. You ask, but the Nigerians are suffering. He said, no. Are you not seeing World Bank statistics? Are you not seeing Fisher's statistics? Are you not seeing they call all the big IMFs and so on, all the decorative names? So who speaks for this poor man? My worry became more aggravated when Okonjo Iweala, our former Minister of Finance, came to the president, and she was, at least the line that came out of her visit was that Nigeria is now, the economy, the Tinubu administration has now taken the economy to stability. It's now time to go. That's an elite. And that's what our elites are. Our elites are the biggest problems of the Nigerian economy are the elites, the educated people. I'm educated, at least what certificate can defend. I am. But I would say that we are the biggest problems of the Nigerian economy, especially the economists. We want to use theory to whitewash everything. You know how it is to whitewash. We want to use theory. So she came and I listened and I was like, So if everybody is like this, who will talk? Who go talk? Who go talk for the masses? Who go talk for them? So I disaggregated what she said into two parts. So two things may have led to what she said. She has said what she said. That's her opinion. And I'm not faulting it. But I'm faulting the fact that elites are not saying truth, are not speaking truth to government. I'm faulting the fact that the masses, who they talk for them, who we talk for my market women, who we talk for those on the street. We need to have a channel. We need to have an avenue where we see. You saw this Emerson's case. Somebody was saying, and it makes complete sense, that in a world where Kwam 1 did not happen and Emerson happened, that babe for thing for sale. That babe for rust, rusted iron, Kwandem, where also they call Kwandem iron, that babe would have rusted in jail. They will be dragging her matter like they drag Unamdi Kalu. They would have been dragging her matter and everybody would have been battering her. But her saving grace was that Kwam 1 happened just before then. So it was now Nigerians spoke. It's not like they were constrained. No, Nigerians spoke. And because we spoke, the masses spoke. So it was not a case of you either punish Kwam 1 and punish this babe, or you mellow down on this babe and mellow down on Kwam. You can't do one or the other. So that's why they were constrained. Okay, yeah, we are forgiving her. The life ban has been removed from her. The Inspector General will be releasing her immediately. I've spoken to the National Aviation Authority that they should drop charges against her. I've told Akwa Ibom Air that they should drop charges against her. And in a world where things make sense, how does a minister start to dictate to an institution? It just shows self that institutions will not even get power. And that's what we always speak about. Institution, we have weak institutions and strong men. If not, how can a single man, be saying that he spoke to an agency, an institution of government? They tell them, say, may they drop. They give them command like a monarch. But let's even leave that. So that's my worry. Come be say, we as poor men, as masses, we should have a chance. We should have somewhere where they pinch them. Sucking blood. Later they call this thing where they suck people blood. Lice. You know how lice they corner small, but they suck blood. We should not see. In a world where we give up to these people, we are gone. We are gone. We can't allow them run short over us. In a world where nobody talks, let's have a small avenue where we keep hearing. Let's enlighten people and let's talk. We can't talk enough because it's like the oppressors' voices are loud and they will keep owning the space until we find a venue for us to speak. Let's spit. Let's spit. You know how the snake spit is. Let's keep spitting into their eyes. Let's make it uncomfortable for them. We may not be able to go into the streets physically, but let's speak. Let's speak. There's a point where people speak and speak and speak and speak. And why do they close some channels? Why do they close some blogs? Why do they close some blogs? Why do they close some television stations? It's because it becomes irritating to them. When you are telling somebody truth, it becomes worrisome. Why do they buy people? Why do you hear that the SUG president, they don't buy her, they don't buy Keyamo, they don't buy? Why? It's because if not that, the talk irritates them. So as I said, this channel generally, we should find a way to speak truth to power. So let me go back to it so that I don't slide, and hopefully I round up in 3 minutes. Okonjo Iweala came and said the economy is stable now. So my question has been this: where has Okonjo Iweala been in 2 years? This stability just come today, and that's why I fought the elite. So it's either of two things. First of all, I will say the two reasons why I think she said this. Then I will now conjecture her stability claim. Either of two things. Okonjo Iweala is a liberalist. He's a liberal economist. Believes that capitalism, let everything be run by the markets. I'm an economist. I have a first degree in economics, a second degree in economics, a Ph.D. in economics. I'm an economist in and out. Capitalism, in my own definition, someone has defined it, which I agree, is that it's a system by the wickedest of people, run and operated by the wickedest of people, for the benefit of a few and for the littlest of the many. For the advantage of a few and for the remnant, whatever, when they've gotten the huge advantage, the remaining is for the masses. So this, Two things for me. She's a liberal economist. She tried removing subsidies, removing everything when she was in government. So probably what she said is from that perspective. The other opinion where I get, you see, she's starting her second term, September, as WTO president. Yeah, it's okay to say most times it's the ESCOs that vote for themselves, but I will tell you, there's no international organization, AFDB, IMF, World Bank, where they say the president of the nation, not the get hand for the nomination of that person. AFDB, when Adesina went there, it was Buhari na nominate and go there now. Clear, even talking clearly that he supported him. So the same thing with, so she got her second, she has gotten a second term and did not get hand where be say President Tinubu hand not the inside the nomination. So it's just a way of coming to say thank you. You know Omugo na mother-in-law go Omugo, go do Omugo for in-law house. He go talk anyhow. He go calm now. If like na ship they do you don't come in-law house. You go so and you never say anything ill when you come to a Thanksgiving. She just came to do Thanksgiving to Tinubu. And she just spilled, oh, the economy is, you don't expect to be in Aso Rock. In the last 2 years, where has she been? Why has she not? So the point is this. So for me, those are just, so all she said for me, it didn't make, it didn't, I could understand her position. I see those elites, they say when you are eating, you don't talk on the table here. So genuinely, if I want to trust, I've just benefit of that because she's a liberal economist. She said that, or which for me is the major one. And they say there's nothing coincidence. The baby cried in the night. The owl cried in the night. The baby died the following day. She's going to be her second term is started as WTO president next month, September 1st. Then, of course, coming to do Thanksgiving to the president of our host nation. And of course, you must say good things. But now, what's the stability issue? Before this government came, we were buying fuel at 286, 287. To 187 even. 187, yeah. It was 187. That's what I was buying for. This administration came and on May 29th, 2023, he said subsidy is gone. That night when he mentioned that, I did office. God, thank God for Akunuche. I drove my car. 2 days before, if I knew, I filled one car, filled the tank, I filled the other one, I filled 50 liters. You know Nigerian, I would have fufu. I filled the other car I was driving that night. That same day he made that statement. By that evening, fuel went to 500 and something. So today, fuel is hovering around 1,000, 1,200. So if for her that stability, I don't know. So stability, I was checking the dictionary of stability, is the situation of being stable. Good. But stable at what? So that's where my problem with these elites comes again. So you've now stabilized exchange rates at 1,500, 1,600. This is the exchange rate that was 300 before the Tinubu administration came, 300, 400 official exchange rate. Even the black market was 600, 700. Okay, so your explanation now, your justification of that is now 1,500, 1,600. Stability for me, see, you can't, it's just like saying, oh, you've kept people starved. People who were eating 3 meals a day are now eating 1 meal a day. They now say, oh, we've got stability. That's not stability. You've killed people and you've left them at that point. That's not stability. Where did you leave the people? Exchange rate was about 300 naira, 400 when the Tinubu administration came in on board. It's 1,500, 1,600. Energy, we're paying here per kilo. I was buying 1,000. If I buy 1,000, at least like 300 mega, they follow me, go house. Right now, it's how much? You've pushed everybody into band A just so that you can trap them there, you can ambush them, then increase it. You pushed everybody into band A. Then you've given them band A price. Electricity has not improved. People are still left unmetered. Then you say that you've achieved stability. You've removed electricity subsidy. You've removed fuel subsidy. So now we've moved from state monopoly, where NNPC was supplying fuel, to a private market monopoly or private monopoly, where Dangote are the one where they decide price. Now the Dangote, they decide price. So now fuel is now around 1,200, 1,000, and I always was against fuel subsidy removal. I will release videos. I will show my videos. I will pour them out. Videos where I stood against removal of fuel subsidy. I prophesied it. I said it. And I will show the video so that it does not look like, oh, now they don't come out and everybody they deny, because that's the opinion. Everybody when say me they come out and before, now when they don't come out, I said it. I said Nigerians may eat sand if they remove this subsidy. I was very, very, very particular. We've removed subsidy. Subsidy is now at 1,200, 1,300 of price, petrol prices. Exchange rate is now around 1,500, 1,600. Everybody has been locked in. You've removed education subsidy. School fees during Buhari's time, undergraduates were paying 15,000. Now undergraduates are paying 100, 200,000. In my PhD, I paid 68,000. Crazy. Now go and price PhD for Unilever or UI if you fit. So everything has reached, there's a peak that things will reach, it cannot go higher again. So if you call that stability, what then at the end of the day, she now said government should create safety net. So the question is this: are you putting the cart before the horse? Are the safety nets not supposed to be there before your reforms? Okay, you removed fuel subsidy, then you left them in the cold. Fuel increased, people are paying 6,000. There was no alternative policy to encourage mass transit, trains, to move people around, so that's an alternative. In the exchange rate, you removed exchange rate subsidy. It went to 1,500, 1,600. People no longer have access. Most shops, production houses closed business. Go abroad now, go Canada, go US. Most of them nowadays, boys where we get stuff for Alaba. They all ran away. So there's no. So in fact, there's really no where the price could have gone again. It couldn't have gone beyond 1,000, because in economics they higher the demand, they higher the price. So now the demand reduced. People who were needing exchange rate to import, most people are not importing again. Those producers who were producing, who needed exchange rate to be able to import stuff, they've closed their shop. ShopRite left. The other big pharmaceutical company left. Shops are closing, businesses are closing every day. So the demand for forex has reduced. The jackpot syndrome has reduced. How many people are jackpotting again? One, Canada has changed their policy. Study permit, they reduced it from a whopping 100 to 35%. Then people don't even have the money to go again. So the demand for forex reduced. So the price had to come down too, because lower the demand, the lower the price. Demand for forex reduced. Exchange rate started dropping. Nobody needs as much again. So it stayed there. It's stable, but stable at what cost? Exchange rate, energy price, education subsidy, school fees, petrol price. Then our former minister says we've achieved stability. Now safety nets. You moved exchange rate subsidy. You increased exchange rate. The idea normally when a currency is devalued, as simple economics, a devalued currency means say people go like to buy our goods. Our goods go come cheap relatively, because if like now before $300 equal to 300 naira equals to $1. If person for America want buy our good, it means say he go buy less. But if now it can be as it be now, it can be 1,500 naira to $1. It means say if person want buy one yam before, he need to buy am 300. So now if he change $1, he go get more naira. Abi? Before if he change $1, he go get only $3. So if it's at $300 to $1, if he change $1,000 that time, 1,000 times 300, he go give him something around 30,000. But now it can be 1,500 naira to 1,000 to $1. So now it means say if you use ordinary $100 times, use that take buy 1,500, you go get almost 150,000. So it means say you cannot buy more things. So that's the idea behind devaluation. But because we are not producing, so you devalue the currency, it didn't change anything, because fuel increased, diesel price increased, MPRO rate, let's not even, we would have the topic for that one. All those increased. So it did not make our good attractive for the exporters, those who have the dollars, to even buy. So at the end of the day, the whole idea was defeated. So when people like Okonjo Iweala comes and says we should put reforms, the question is this: before they increase the tariff on electricity, were they not supposed to fix electricity? Siemens had a deal with Egypt in 2015. Egypt was operating on just about $5,000, 5,000 megawatts. What did they do? It was worrying to them. They now called on Siemens. They had a deal. There were just about 40 million people on less than 5,000 megawatts. We are a country of over 200 million people on less than 5,000 mega, and we are comfortable. We are hearing Iweala, we are hearing Okonjo Iweala saying that our government is doing well. Egypt was just 40 million people on 5,000 megawatts, and it was worrying to them. They took a position. They took immediate action. They called Siemens. And in 3 years, between 2015 and 2018, Egypt moved from 5,000 megawatts to about 16,000 megawatts. We called the same Siemens in 2019. 6 years later, we are still where we are. Why? Because the Nigerian government told Siemens that we want to pay cash. Why? Because of contract. Because they know if they do a private-public partnership arrangement like was done in Egypt, nothing will enter their hand. They told Siemens that they want to pay cash. And the thing not get healthy today. Contracts were awarded, kickback, ilalo boy, ilalo way. Everything follow on. And today, we are still in darkness. So, my question is this. Who speaks for the poor man? Who speaks for the masses? Okonjo Iweala say Nigeria, the economy is stable. Stable at what? I know her argument will be yes. I meant stable. Stable is stable. Stable at what? Yeah, it's stable between 1,500 and 1,600. Is that where it should be? To now. Years ago, the pound was exchanging for less than the naira. And we are celebrating that it's stable. See, any economic reform that does not lead to betterment in the welfare, the best indicator of a reform is the people's life. You don't tell me that wait 2-3 years time for. Can you say in the long run we are all dead? So don't tell me 3, 4, 5 years. No, any reform that does not impact on the welfare, that you cannot see the index, you cannot see the index on the welfare of the people. People's welfare, living standards is rather reducing. Any welfare, any reform that doesn't target welfare is dracona. It's wicked. So the people. So my question is this. Have we achieved stability? Is the economy stable? And is it the kind of stability that we want? Are economic reforms of the Tinubu administration, removal of petroleum subsidy, now a 5% tax has been imposed. We'll talk about those in our next episode. A 5% tax has been put on fuel now. Fuel subsidy has been removed. Exchange rate subsidy has been removed. Energy subsidy has been removed. Education subsidy has been removed. Have we achieved stability? Is Okonjo Iweala in this world? She just flew in from New York, came, made one outlandish statement. Nigeria's economy is now stable under this administration. The president's team is doing a good job. And the next flight, she's out. She don't leave us. She don't talk. Now the masses have not replied her. I'm sure she should be replied. She should hear where she is. That you can't just come, make statements because you came to do Thanksgiving service. Then the next flight you leave the same people inside. The people that they say your economy is stable. Is it true? Is your economy stable? It's up to us. Thank you. This is Daniel Sazer, your Ph.D. signing out. I carry the pain of Nigeria in my heart. I bleed every day. I bleed green. It's painful. It's painful we have... Amechi said it the last time. He said the problem is that I'm not standing... I know they were part of the people that spoiled it, but he said that the point is this, that they will do it, that he told people that if we do this policy, people will keep quiet. Even if we kill them, they will keep quiet. But we can use our voices. We can use our key parts to reply them. Okonjo Iweala say your economy is stable and she has gone away. Is our economy stable? Let's send her. Let's send her a message. Let's let her know. Let's give her. Let's reply her. Please just comment. Is your economy stable? In Igwebe, in Ekpuma, in Ohafia, in Iwu, in Kano, in Lokoja, in Bauchi, in Gwagwalada, in Olu, in Abraka, in Saple, in Wari, in Akwa Ibom, in Nasarawa, Lafia, Jos, Sokoto, Borno, Taraba. Is your economy stable? They say your economy is stable. Thank you. Like, share. Let's reply. They're all on YouTube. See, the, the greatest defeat that a defenseless man can give himself is the thinking and continuous acceptance that he is defenseless. The words of our mouth. These people go on YouTube. Okonjo Iweala, she goes on YouTube. They see these YouTube messages. Even if they don't, their PA protocol, let's draw their attention to it. Let's draw her attention to it. Let's let her know that you just made a statement, did Thanksgiving and left. Let's let her know if our economy is really stable. Let's comment. Let's do a wide, a public outrageous comments. Let's do it. Let her see it. Let her get the message. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah.